Hey guys, and welcome back to the Well-Fed Business Podcast. As always, go to the Well-Fed Freelancer to buy your copy of the book. Today, we talk about premium pricing and the ethics of premium pricing. Premium prices are about value and not the price itself. And we talk about how premium prices allow you to deliver a far, far better service. We also get a rare apology from the EBG for how shit he sounded last episode. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. As always, wellfedfreelancer.com to get your copy of the book. See you next time.
Planet Trust, fucking hell. You sent me that link and I had to read it about 3 times before I actually believed it. And for the readers, listeners, we're talking about Wetherspoon dramatically cutting its portfolio of pubs and properties. Now, regardless of what you think about Wetherspoons as an establishment, and I actually think they're great because it's cheap and the alcohol gets you just as pissed. And I think the food's good too, but then again, I'm no connoisseur. No, I'm no connoisseur, but...
John, yeah, no one should ever listen to food advice from John, ever. Yeah,
No.
John is not a man of decorum and class when it comes to grub.
No. Proud. Philistine and proud.
And that can be proven by the fact that John just said Wetherspoon food ain't bad because it's some of the worst grub I've ever had.
It's fucking all right. Anyway, beside that, regardless of what you think about the food or the beer or the clientele or the ambience, right? The fact is, Wetherspoon, or whatever his fucking name is a genius. Is a business genius. And if Wetherspoons, I mean, he's up there. He's like the Ryanair of pubs, of hospitality. And if Wetherspoons are struggling and having to cut back their operation, consolidate, whatever you like to call it, then it doesn't bode well for your average fucking twonk in the street business owner. It just doesn't. They will have nowhere near his intelligence, his business acumen, his experience, or his advisors. All right. So if he's struggling, or indeed if he's not struggling, but he's foreseeing future problems and anticipating them, I think people would do well to pay attention. And here's what he's doing. Okay? It's the C word. Not the C word that James Smith uses, which is cunt. And I was using cunt long before he was. In fact, I'm on video teaching a 9-year-old boy to spell the word cunt at one of my events. So, hey, that's history. It's truth. It's true.
It is. I've seen the videos.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, the C word I'm looking for is control. What Wetherspoon is doing, or whatever his fucking name, what's his name?
Tim Martin.
Tim Martin. That's the one.
Tim Martin.
He's taken control, decisive control. He's not sitting there hoping things are going to be okay. He's certainly not on LinkedIn pissing and moaning and wailing and gnashing his teeth about it. He's basically done what Dan Kennedy said many, many years ago. He swung the axe hard, savagely, and soon. Now, of course, one of the problems Wetherspoons will probably face, the same as Ryanair could potentially, and this is, by the way, this is one reason Ryanair and Wetherspoons are so draconian and constantly changing things and constantly making noise, all right? And that is they're low price sellers, which is fine. I mean, it can be done. I say I often say you can't make a profit on low margins. That's not true. You can absolutely do that. I say it because it's generally true. To do it requires constant attention and detail to detail. It reminds me of like there's a fighter jet called the Saab Viggen, made by the Swedish firm Saab, the same people who make cars. And this plane is so this fighter jet is so unstable, it cannot be flown by a human being without the aid of a computer to control the control surfaces. So it's a little bit like that, you know, for a low margin business the size of Ryanair and Wetherspoons, who've got massive overhead. I mean, think of Ryanair, the planes, the airports, the staff, even before they've got a single passenger on board. For those to operate at low margins and make a profit, that requires almost supernatural attention to detail in the numbers. And your average business owner, including me, I'm not pretending I know this stuff, including me, just doesn't have the ability, or indeed the will to do it. I'd rather, I'd slowly, if I was doing that, I would slowly lose the will to live. I don't want that kind of business. And if that means I'll never be a billionaire, fine, I'm happy with that.
John, maybe it's a bit of ego as well, but for your typical business owner, you don't want to run a business like that. You just want to have maybe 2-3 chains as such, and you want to be the premium. You want to be looked at as, oh God, yeah, he runs that high classy business, not he runs that. It's like, do you want to be known as the guy that runs the high quality brothel or the shit brothel above the kebab shop?
Well, that's a really good point, because obviously O'Leary and Tim Martin are much reviled. They're always getting bad press. Well, I would be okay with that. I don't give a shit. And they obviously don't give a shit either. But your average person in the street, average business owner, is not going to want to be slagged off left, right, and centre all the time. They're just not.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't be able to stand it. We have people fucking crying because they've been misgendered, for Christ's sake. Say their safe space has been violated because someone has quite understandably seen they've got a penis and a beard and called them a man. Understandable mistake, Sorry, guys, but in my experience, guys tend to have penises. My bad, So anyway.
You fucking bigot. That's her penis.
Her penis. He's having a baby. No, he isn't. Fucking hell. Anyway, so I do hope there are some gender fluid people who are listening to this and being offended. And I really look forward to your comments. They'll get the attention they deserve. I promise. So anyway, high margins, which is pretty much the same as saying high profit, high prices for most of us, is the way to go. Now, a lot of people, we talked about it yesterday, the ethics of selling per se, but a lot of people really do struggle with the ethics of premium pricing. But premium pricing, not only does it make business sense, right, it's actually ethical. There are some very strong ethical arguments of why it is ethical. Sorry, the ethical arguments of why it is a good idea to charge premium prices. Okay. Yes.
Why don't you tell us? Because why don't you give us the reasons, the top reasons why it is ethical to charge premium pricing, and then we'll break each one down one by one.
Well, okay. The first thing is premium pricing, or your prices full stop, are about value, not the price itself. Price is what people pay. Value is what they get. Now, the thing is, as a seller, you don't have the ability or the right to decide what other people, how much value people put on what you're selling. You only get to decide what you'll sell it for. That's it. The second thing is premium prices mean you can deliver a better service. Imagine I'm a copywriter for hire, like I used to be, and I want to make, say, 5K consistently every month. And I only write sales letters, just for the sake of argument. That's all I do. Well, I can say, write 5 £1,000 sales letters every month, or one £5,000 sales letter every month. To do the former, I've got to get 5 clients. I've got to attract them. I've got to write the sales letter. I've got to write 5 sales letters. And then I've got to keep all these people happy. If I'm doing one, I've got to attract one person, sell to one person, and write 1 letter. Which do you think is easiest all the way around? It's the second. It just is. And I can deliver a better service doing it, because that person gets my entire attention for a whole month on his or her sales letter. Not like 4 or 5 days, because then I've got to move on to the next one to keep the cash flow coming. And the third thing is clients are generally more invested if they are paying a premium. So let's take the easy cases. Say you're a PT, and your promise was, I'm going to make you move better, like Toby did with me. You won't have to get off the toilet with a fucking handle in 13 years. You'll lose weight. You'll gain muscularity. You'll have a better looking figure. You lose your dad bod. Your wife will probably want sex with you again. And it's going to cost you 67 quid. It's going to be hard work, and you're going to be hungry and tired, and it's a long slog. You've got a long way to go. And it's going to cost you 67 quid for 3 months. There's not much investment there. And when it does get hard, I'm not going to do it. Or imagine he says it's going to cost you 12 grand for the year. But if I'm that convinced that I want to do this and I pay my 12k, even if it's like a grand a month, I'm going to do it because I've invested in it. I've paid all that money. If I don't do it, I've lost it. I've wasted all that money, and I'm still feeling like shit because I'm fat and immobile.
Playing into the sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, and now look at other industries, because it applies to nearly all industries. In our industry, I write someone a sales letter for 250 quid, and they feel uncomfortable about it because it's written in direct response principles, which they're not used to. There's no real incentive for them to use it, in which case they don't get the results because they don't use it. But if they've paid me 25k to write this sales letter, they're going to use it, because otherwise they've just thrown away 25k. And even if something more mundane, like say you fit kitchens or bathrooms, and you say, well, there's no real tangible benefit to that. No, you're probably right. But here's the thing. If you've paid 25k for a kitchen, you're much more likely to go in that kitchen and enjoy it. Like sit in there and eat your meals with your family. Maybe use it for cooking special meals because you spent all that money on it. You get enjoyment from it. You're much more likely to do that and to enjoy it, even if only for the fucking bragging rights, than you are if you paid 250 quid for the guy down the road for cheap chipboard cupboards, you know? You just are. Kind of broke them down anyway, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I mean, is there any particular questions on those three that you want to dig into?
I think we can just apply some real world examples to each one. So when we speak about premium price being about value and not the price itself, the reason you point that out is because a lot of people go, I'm uncomfortable charging that much because I feel like I'm just ripping them off. And it's like, well, no, you don't fucking rip them off. One, you're actually delivering the service you said you was going to deliver. So calm your tits. Ripping someone off is when you take their money and you don't even deliver. And we're on about the value here. So the best example I can think of off the top of my head is my gym. Again, recently we spoke about it, but I think it's a good example of that. 250 quid a month is the most I can spend on a gym within a reasonable distance. However, for me, it is by far and away the best value gym I can find, because when I go, it's completely private. There is no more than one other person in there at any given time. 2, it's a 10-minute walk from my house. 3, it is above my office, so the location literally could not be better. And for that, what I get is ridiculous. I get nutritional help. I get supplemental help. He only has 30 people total using the gym. So he knows all about me, my measurements, and he knows everyone's measurements and what's working for them. He passes it over between us all if something's particularly working well, because he's got people that are 25 all the way up to the age of 60. And I also get PT sessions thrown in there. The value is unbelievable.
Yeah. And only you get to decide what that value is to you. I mean, a good example I like to give is my eyes. I had my eyes done, and I was going to get them done with LASIK surgery, but they just said, well, we can do it, but within the next 5 years, you're going to need glasses again anyway, because it's right at the limits of what we can achieve. And oh, by the way, you have cataracts coming. Now, I'm no fucking ophthalmologist, but I know what cataracts means. You're going blind slowly. So I said, what's the alternative? And they said, well, we can change the lenses in your eyes. Well, the value of that was incalculable to me. I've got better than 20/20 vision, both eyes, near and far. I know that annoys you. But because they replaced the lenses, which as you get older turn yellow, everything's bright. There's bright blue and bright green out my window, and to the south towards the sea. And I will have this crystal clear, better than 20/20 eyesight until in my 90s, in the absence of any other kind of injury or disease. Yeah. Well, what is the value of that? Well, nobody can decide what that is except me. Even the surgeon probably, and the surgeon who's probably done hundreds, if not thousands, of these operations, to him it's just a day at work. If he's not had it done himself, he'll probably have some concept of the difference it makes to people, but he won't really get it. You know. But for me, even now, 4 years later, I think it is, I wake up in the morning, I look and I think, this is fucking amazing. I paid for Mrs. EBG to have hers done too. So we'll be out walking and we'll see a tree maybe half a mile away. And I say, can you see the crow in that tree? Yeah, I can see it. Our eyesight is that good, and it never gets old. So what value could you put on that? Was it worth €1,000, €10,000? It cost me 8, including the hospital stay, and I got some back through my insurance because it wasn't voluntary. It wasn't cosmetic. It was necessary because of the cataracts. We paid full price for Sarah's because it was just cosmetic as elective. So what value can I put on that? Well, I actually said to them, because I went for my first appointment in the October and didn't get operated on until the 23rd of December. And that also included a trip up to Dublin in the November for an assessment to make sure I was suitable for it and to meet the surgeon. I said to them, I'll pay more if you can do it sooner. They just said, no, can't do that. So I offered to pay more to jump the queue. But yeah, that's a whole different thing. Yeah. But when they said it's €8,000, including the hospital stay, I nearly fell off my chair thinking, this is ridiculous. I was thinking it's going to be 20 grand. You know what? If it had been 20 grand, I'd have said, yeah, when can we do it? If they'd have said 40 grand, yeah, when can we do it? Now, if they started going maybe 50 grand and above, I'd probably be thinking, well, okay, I need to get it done, but what kind of timescale can I look at here? I'd have perhaps then thought more about it. Now, I would have still had it done because I needed to, but I would have probably thought more about, all right, where do I get it done? Is there somewhere cheaper maybe that's more affordable with an equal reputation? Is it worth shopping around to see if there's equivalent quality elsewhere, etc., etc., etc. But for 8K like that, I'd have gone 20K. Yeah, Where do I sign? So
yeah.
The price is fucking irrelevant. It's all about value, and only you, the client, the customer, decides the value. No one else.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing to take away is value is so deeply personal. Do not even try and attempt to start valuing it on behalf of your prospects and your customers. And a lot of our clients, sometimes when we say to them, we ask them, well, why do your clients buy from you? We're usually fishing for something we can exaggerate to then put as the front of their marketing message to then justify the premium price increase. And so many times do we hear, I don't know actually. And we go, well, there must be a reason they buy from you and not your competitors. You are creating a very specific value somewhere that means they come to you and not elsewhere. And it's such a blind spot for so many people, which is why I think a lot of people are against putting their prices up, because they don't understand the value that they create. So a little exercise is ask your clients, why do they buy from you?
Here's another tangential to, well, it's not tangential, it's kind of following on from that, is when you get the price objection, or people just say that's more than I wanted to spend, or that's more than I thought it would be, or that's more than I've been quoted elsewhere, or anything like that, or can't you do it any cheaper and things. The thing you've got to understand is they are not saying they don't want it. If they also tell you, say, I can get it cheaper down the road, right? All those things, what they absolutely 100% do not mean is I don't want what you're selling. On the contrary, they mean I want what you're selling, but you need to tell me a reason to pay more for it. Because if they could get what you're selling elsewhere and it was all about price, they'd say, okay, thanks, I'll go somewhere else. They would not stick with you and say, well, okay, I'm quibbling on the price here, I still want it. Yeah? When they say it's too much, whether they're quibbling on the price, they're telling you, I want it. Give me a reason to pay that much money for it. And it may be as simple as just saying, they might say, that's more than I expected. Well, that doesn't require an answer. It's not a question. Now, if you want to acknowledge it, you can say, it's a banana, yeah. If you want to banana skin, if you want to acknowledge it, you can say, how much were you expecting? I personally probably wouldn't, because it just gets involved in a conversation which you don't need to have. But I've got one guy who gets this quite a lot because he sells PC hardware and stuff, and it's quite competitive on price. And he often gets people come to him and say, oh, it's more than we've been quoted elsewhere. Is there something you can do about the price? Or I can get it for this amount, the same thing for this amount elsewhere. And when he says to me, what do I say to this? My answer is always the same, a variation on, okay, I can't do it for that little, so you're better off going with the other guy. And invariably, they just pay anyway. They're just trying it on. They want to buy from my mate because he's fucking brilliant. They want his quality and service at the other guy's price.
That's exactly, and that's the perfect segue to the second thing you was talking about. Premium pricing allows you to provide such a better service.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me laugh when people say we won't be beaten on price. Do they actually realise what they're saying? Now, they are the person who's prepared to work for the least amount of money. That's not the kind of girlfriend you want to take home to meet your mother, is it? Really?
When I see people, no, it isn't. When I see people saying we won't be beaten on price, what I see is we will be beaten on quality and customer service. That's what I see.
No one. I mean, this is sales 101 from the 1970s. This is Zig Ziglar fucking exemplified. You can have the best quality, the best service, or the lowest price. Pick any two of those, because no one can deliver all three. Which one are you more likely and more willing to give up? Price, quality, or service? Almost, I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, I want low quality," or "I want shit service." I'll give it the low price. Now with Ryanair, I suppose every time we get on an Ryanair plane, we sacrifice service for low price. That's fine. But we know what we're doing. You know, that is a choiceful thing, and what we're gaining, the kind of unintended value, I suppose, from that is convenience. If I want to pay more and have a better experience, I can fly with another airline and go to a less convenient destination. So when I fly with Ryanair, it's not really about the price, it's about convenience. That's all part of the value, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, you can't have the best quality, the best service, and the lowest price. It's just impossible. And anyone who thinks they can. And look, another thing to understand is this. Sometimes people will mistakenly believe they can make up for a discount by selling more. Well, again, these are the numbers I always use. If you are on a 35% markup or margin, just say markup, it doesn't really matter. It's a simpler calculation, but it's amounts to the same thing. If you cut your prices by 10% on a 35% markup, your profits fall by about 40%. That's bad enough. What's worse is if you want to make up your profits by volume, so volume of sales, so to stay where you are right now, you have to double your sales. So copywriters, you give a 10% discount to people for no good fucking reason. Are you really sure you can write twice as much every fucking month without missing a month, because then you start losing money just to stay where you are, which you're probably not even happy with from the fucking emails and stuff I get and the posts I read? I don't think so. And that's just with a 10% cut. And 10% is, it's nothing. You know, I often see down the high street 50%, even 75% discounts. Now their margins are likely going to be higher, they usually are, but even so, that's fucking savage. No wonder they keep going out of business. And the next time you walk past the same shop, it's someone else also selling cheap, shoddy fucking goods. Honestly, guys, this is not rocket science. It's just mathematics, and it's not even difficult. It's even not even mathematics. It's fucking arithmetic.
And then the last one is that clients are more invested.
Yeah, they are. Well, come on. Someone who's never mind what happens after they're paid and their adherence and their compliance. Think about their motivation. Who is obviously more motivated? Someone who's paid you 10K for a 12-month body transformation program, or someone who's half pissed on a Saturday night, realizes he's got a gut on the sofa, and goes online and pays 67 quid for a 3-month fucking fully managed bodybuilding program? Who's the most invested? Seriously, who's the most motivated? Who's really fucking thought this through and committed to it? Let me give you a clue. It's not the fat cunt on the sofa.
So the more invested guy then gets better results, which for you as the service provider means you get a far better case study, far better testimonial, more referrals, more integrity, because you're actually able to deliver. You yourself feel far better because you've actually delivered on what you fucking sold. So it's a win-win-win. And also, even though they are more invested, strangely, they're more invested, but they're less hassle and they're less strange. If you've ever sold cheap, oh my fucking God, they're on you like a fly on shit, and they don't really care too much because they haven't paid loads.
They haven't paid anything sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh, I really trust you with this. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And the minute there's a hiccup, or you say you're going to put your rates up, whatever, they don't give a shit anymore. They move on to the next shiny object.
Yeah, it's almost fucking embarrassing to see people do this with low prices. I'm thinking out the people who's been my elite mastermind and still are. You know, I mean, it was 750 quid a month when I started, and in the end, by the time I finished, I think it was 1,500. I didn't finish it; it grew to a standstill, really. So it's still there, and we still take people on, but it's not our focus at the moment because it's a high end mastermind and always has been, and it went from being high end to like really high end. I've never had a shitty client once. Never had a shitty elite client. I've never had a shitty copywriting client or private client since I put my prices up 15 years ago or something. Just haven't. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, but John, I can't put my price up.
Who's in control of their fucking prices? Seriously, who? They are. They don't understand it. They really don't get it. I mean, I remember people saying when we were focusing on construction, I remember them saying, oh, we're forced to because of the industry we're in. Well, how about this? How about you, if you're in commercial and you find dealing with commercial clients difficult, switch to domestic. It's a lot easier. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or maybe if, you know, and this is all down to choices, actions and consequences. If you're finding construction on the whole too difficult to deal with, there's nothing to stop you opening a franchise as a fucking pizzeria or getting a job at McDonald's yourself or stacking shelves in Asda. There's nothing to stop you. There's no law. So to say you can't do this, you're forced to work in construction under these terms is a lie. It's absolutely, you're not a slave. That's what slavery, and people talk about wage slavery. No, they misunderstand. Slavery means literally you are owned, you are property, you have no choice. An employee in the Western world can always walk out of his job. Might be a bit more difficult in the police and the armed services, but you sign up to that as a contract. You enter into that contract voluntarily. Yeah? No one forces you to join the army. You're not conscripted. You're not conscripted into the police force even. So that's not a valid argument either. So anyone in any job is there because they chose to be there. And with very rare exception where you can't just walk out of it because you've said you wouldn't, okay, you can leave at any time. You're not in prison unless you're in prison. You're just not. Even in shitty marriages with children. If you want, you can fucking walk out and live on the street if you want to. I'm not saying these are good choices, but they are choices. So please, I'm sick to the back fucking teeth of people saying freelancers don't have the choice. If people offer shitty rates, that's all they've got. No, it isn't. Go to McDonald's. They get a second job or a third job or a better paying only job. Stop fucking whining. Take control of your own life and your own decisions, you fucking pussies. Fucking drives me mad, man. Was I ranting there?
Just a touch, and I think that's a good place to leave it, mate.
Cheers. If you want help with all this stuff from us, we know what we're fucking talking about. For £5, you get the best book on this kind of shit ever. Well-Fed-Freelancer.com. And if you don't agree with us for any reason or no reason at all, we'll give you double your money back, a whole £10, and get you a free pizza so you can sit on the fucking sofa like that fat cunt and look for something cheaper. I'm gonna pump some iron now. You can imagine how fucking strong I'm gonna be.
No wonder you love doing the podcast before the gym.
Yes, not wrong there, mate. Not wrong. I've done it again this morning. I've deliberately arranged to do my workout straight away.
Yeah, I've got the gym at 11, so I need to get angry about something. What shall I get angry about?
Well, how about this? Why is your face so fucking shiny?
It's such a pain. It's so fucking annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
I need a better light because if I use the main lights in here,
You need a better face.
I put on SPF. I put on fucking SPF.
What's the fucking SPF?
No, I can tell you don't know what SPF is just taking one look at your fucking face.
What the fuck is SPF?
I'm not telling you. I've got something to lord over John.
Sunscreen.
Yes.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, I put on SPF every single fucking day.
Real men fucking burn and get cancer.
I'll be a sexy homo. That's what I'll be.
Fucking hell, you've got a long way to go with that one. You want to be sexy? Fucking hell, man. You've got to. I tell you, I admire a man with ambition. There's nothing like setting your sights high, mate. Really. You got this fucking shiny little boy's face.
Oh, it's so shiny. Look, and it gets worse.
Can't you get Tamsin to put some fucking foundation or something on you before you come online? It's embarrassing, man.
How about that? Is that better?
Well, it's still fucking shiny. You've not changed the inherent shininess of your fizzog, mate. You've just moved the light.
Is it still shiny? How about now? I don't know what that's about because it's not oily. I have really dry skin, so it must be the SPF. And what causes shine?
I don't fucking know. Shiny stuff. Anyway, are we done? I've got iron to pump.